It was 6 months ago when we last witnessed the KINCROME Racing team in action, taking on the Pines Enduro in Millicent, South Australia, where Jacko took a class win. Since the inception of the KINCROME side-by-side series, it's been 2 adrenaline-fueled years of high highs and some low lows. Tens of thousands of kilometres have been travelled by car, plane and even a bus to the far corners of this stunning country that we call home. The team has poured blood, sweat and tears into every aspect of their journey, from building new race-winning machines, tearing down old rigs and bootstrapping them across the finish line in one piece, and sometimes in a few. It's fair to say there has been plenty of racing, but now, as a new season dawns, the KINCROME Racing team is hungry for a new challenge. The Polaris platform has proved its mettle in short course and long format racing, but for the Evans family and their teammates, it's time to push a little further. They're seeking a challenge that will test the very limits of their machines as well as their driving abilities to see just how capable the Polaris platform can be. Lucky for them, there's an event in the middle of central Queensland that fits the bill perfectly.
Alright, so we're here at Manar Park in Queensland. We arrived yesterday, took us around, 14, 15 hours of travel. Unfortunately, we had someone miss the plane.
Jono! Afternoon, mate. We're glad to have you here. Well, guess what? Because you're the last one here, you get the middle seat. How about that?
But then Jono made it along with us as well. So we travelled up here, got here last night, set up with the team.
What's wrong, Justin?
The man that hasn't got any calluses on his hands because he's never worked a hard day in his life can't figure out the strap.
And it's a big setup to go today to get everything ready. So we've got the race team to set up in the pits and we've got our activation space so everyone can get involved. We've got some cool things happening. And then the team just needs to get their car scrutineered today and there's a bit of a prologue look lap happening today as well. And it all really kicks off tomorrow. And this place is pretty wild.
Hey, I'm Jacko from KINCROME Racing and this is qualifying at Manar Park. What the
There's some stuff that we don't normally race on. There's definitely some challenging things we're not expecting to just walk through and make it really easy. You might see a few of the cars do a few lid skids. So that should be interesting. Excited and we're gonna get stuck into it. Should be a good time.
My name's Matt Gillette. Myself and my wife, Carly Gillette, own Offroad Outlaws Enduro. We are at Manar Park in Queensland for one of the toughest 4-day off-road events that Australia will ever see. It consists of multiple different stages and a whole discipline of cars that's basically trying to get each individual car to shine in its own element. So everything from winching, rock crawling, high-speed desert racing, big whoops, big jumps. We've got water crossings, we've got drag races. We have absolutely everything covered this weekend.
So we're at Manar Park, standard excitement. We're all here, got it all set up, and this joint's it's no joke. It's one of those events that you watch videos and you think, oh, it can't be that big of a deal. Like, why they got such big trucks? And then you come here and you're like, got it.
Oh, he's finally decided to show up.
This is all new to me, and yeah, we're grabbing it with both hands and having a real crack because it's really cool.
It's already been a pretty fun day. It's been quite hectic, to be honest. My first ever event in the Turbo R, my first ever time four-wheel driving in a normal car, let alone in a buggy. Mac is sitting next to me. He's never been a navvy before. So our thought process was, let's just go out, have fun.
I am Macca. I was a Sparky and now I'm a full-time YouTuber. I am here because Eden needed the best navvy ever in the history of the world. And that guy couldn't make it, so they got me instead. I've never done this before in my life.
Oh, that was so fun.
Every time we go, we're like, wee!
She's never four-wheel drived. I've never navied, so I think we work well together.
His experience in four-wheel driving, my experience in off-road racing, together I actually feel like we're going to make a really good duo.
Yeah, that was fun. I couldn't stop laughing the whole time.
I'm Travis Scott, my partner's Eden, so I sort of got dragged into it. Not annoyed about it. First time being in the car, bit of an experience. He knows how to drive, pretty full on, but yeah, definitely an eye-opener.
Oh, did it go sideways?
and locked up. I dropped into that big culvert just before you drop in.
Time we did it,
And I'm like, that's what slowed me down because it just grabbed the wheel and slowed it down. I'm like,
I've done a little bit of four-wheel driving, not heaps. Hopefully I don't get stuck too much.
I've only done the pre-run at this point, but it's the most challenging for angles and capability of side-by-sides, which it's not really something we've played with, done a lot of off-road racing, haven't done a heap of rock crawling, so I've put Daniel in the car, which is our legendary mechanic, who actually has a lot of experience in Winch Challenge events, so he's been super helpful because that first drop-off that we've done in the pre-run, I just sort of closed my eyes and hope for the best. I think he drove it.
We've been out for 2 laps of the pre-run and did so well. We did our first lap in 2-wheel drive.
I was wondering if you turned it into 4-wheel drive.
No, I was wondering you guys would have done that for me.
And the funny part...
It's a new car. We went down it in 2-wheel drive.
And yeah, we went again in 4-wheel drive and yeah, it was even better.
We got this in a bag. We're taking number 1.
We're going to smoke Jacko.
Oh, easy.
We have nothing to lose to go out there and try our best. We're going for P1, like, let's be honest. That's what we came here for. I want to fit the Turbo S in the front because I think it's this tiny little car, but I have a massive soft spot for it. We've developed this car for nearly 4 years. Our suspension is unreal. And I'm stoked that I had the option to be able to have this car here without having to damage the Pro R. I'm super excited to see what we can do with it. You can just hit all these jumps wedged and put a big show on for the crowd, and we're show-offs, so that works. Oh, thanks, beautiful.
So our first event off, we've got our qualifying. So the guys will go out around a pretty gnarly short 1.8 kilometre course. So that position, whatever they qualify as, that's their main position for the starting race of our endurance race.
I want to take risks this weekend. I want to show people how capable this platform is. I'm not ruling out that we can be competitive with this car.
Top 10, baby.
Top 10, baby. Yeah. We killed it.
What'd you get, Jacko? 5th? 4th.
4th, Dad was 5th.
Fast boy.
We've done Prologue. Yeah, we got 4th outright, and yeah, we had a wicked run. Didn't get hung up on anything, and sent the jump full send. Crowd loved it. I think they did. Suspension didn't, and
I didn't.
didn't. Some of the parts in the car didn't.
There wasn't really any issues. Like,
yeah.
Checked for all the right spots, went down all the right lines. Hit the rock perfectly.
Only way we could have been faster is if we didn't get hung up on the rock.
Yeah, we did get a little bit hung up.
Like
we do have to stick it into reverse.
That was probably the cleanest line we'd done.
Yeah.
And we still got hung up. So.
Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is.
So the rock stages on the Enduro, I think when we do this test run, we literally stop at the rocks and pick our lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool. This is the long course, the Enduro lap. It's pretty loose. As you can see, we're just in a gully.
This is the easy part. We just did the hard part.
Yeah, the Kraken's just getting it done. Like, you got to keep the car together for 6 hours. That's going to be the biggest challenge. And yeah, check it out. It's pretty loose. We can get your Camry down here. Yeah, we went out and did the look lap for the Enduro. So that was an eye-opener. Once again, turned out that you can point buggies up vertical hills, down vertical rocks, and all sorts of things that we've never seen before. It was wicked having Dan. Dan knows what's going on.
It was an experience. It was good seeing Jacko outside of his comfort zone, actually. Only time I've ever seen him nervous in a race car.
Yeah. It was huge. It's some of the gnarliest driving in a side-by-side I've ever done.
There's some decent drop-offs, and it's all big rock too. So you're trying to negotiate rolling down a hill without rolling down with the rocks.
And then you get to like a really shaly rock climb that I fully pooped my pants on, and
actually kicked me out of the car.
Little Clash is amazing. We've got a rock on the rear trailing arm, so we're going to have to do a little bit of work.
So on top of the hill, just found Dad's absolutely smashed his radius rods. And this is only the look lap, Dad. Why are you trying to win practice, man? Oh, thanks for that.
Other than that, you did a bloody good job. So I threw him in the deep end.
Not much to do.
We had a ball. We were just bringing up the rear, looking after the kids, and watched Mac fall over, lost his phone.
Nice, Gary.
Oh, that was some intense full drive. I didn't want to tell her that.
You did awesome though. But no experience like full driving. I wouldn't have been able to do that.
We're like pointing up, lifting wheels, I'm like, we're going to carry it momentum, and she's just feeding it, and we're going, and it's just like, and we did
Literally,
it.
like everything Max said, I was like, just do what he said. Just do what he said.
On the brakes. Hard on the brakes.
Everyone got through pretty good. It's just like there's some really gnarly stuff in there. So Eden was amazing. Like I was worried about it because I wouldn't never think that she'd be capable of driving down cliffs, because that's what you're doing. You're just driving down a cliff. And she did a beautiful job. So we were all just stopping, making sure she got through.
Stick together as a team, eh?
Yeah, that's it. Stuck together, Team Blue. Loved it.
Biggest problem I think out here is the way the course is going to change. These big cars are going to tear it up, so it's going to be interesting.
I get that concept from off-road racing, but I have no idea how much this is going to get teared up. And I actually spoke to a few of the competitors, and they're like, "Oh, you didn't winch today? Cool, you'll be winching tomorrow." Because once we dig some holes, you're not getting through them.
It didn't help we were the first through a few tracks, so there's a lot of big boulders in the way that
He's going to get
down yet, and these don't have the clearance.
Yeah.
So you're trying to ride up rocks to get over rocks.
That was crazy. I've been listening to Mac the whole time, and like he's doing great. First, we're following Jackson and Dad, and I was like, okay, well, if their cars can do it, I'll be able to do it. And my brain was also like, you also have to do this for 6 hours tomorrow, so there's so much room to absolutely destroy your car.
We prologued really well. We have 90% of the field behind us, and we're green as. And apparently, the rules of driver briefing was 2 toots, 2 taps, 2 ton. The cars are massive, and they've got twice to 3 times the power. That's just something that's in my mind to be aware of, because I don't think these guys are even going to toot. So the rest of the evening, Dad's car had very bent radius rods. We took so long on our look lap that we don't have time to fix it before the drag race, so we're just hoping that it just somehow works with bent radius rods, which in my experience isn't a good idea, but we're committing to it. So yeah, we're gonna go drag race and see how slow the cars are, I guess, or how fast they are, I don't know.
We've got our horsepower hero. So that's a 1/4 mile dirt drag strip, side by side, nothing but horsepower will get you to the end of that one.
Do you reckon she will? No. I think it's only natural for the brother and sister to go head to head. As it says, if you're not first, you're last. So this is a good little sibling rivalry. The outcome was pretty obvious. I am quicker. The car is quicker, but poor Jacko. Someone go stroke his ego.
They're going to come up, go around this white bullet at the hardcore sign and then head back. And I want to hear you guys give them lip. Go! What is that run? How is the oldest bloke with the least amount of hair winning? Look at those sunnies. Oh.
I quit footy a long time ago. Something that's super popular is
Alto.
the mower and the chainsaw.
Is that KINCROME?
Love doing like
Wait, is this KINCROME?
No, because it's super expensive. 11 a.m. That's your belt.
It's a little bit different to that. Brown.
Tomorrow, he's going to have a blown belt. He's like, I wish I had a list.
What did Jacko say?
I think he said put the brown belt in.
Alright, so you read it, squish it down, hit it over the primary. Right, so when it accelerates, this one ends up at the top of the primary, and this one ends up at the bottom. So that opens and that shuts.
That's wild.
Yeah, do you want to watch it?
You guys are all looking close. You're going to take 2 steps back, guarantee it. You're right, I was definitely thinking about stepping back. I got to look tough.
After those stages, we then go into our 6-hour endurance race. So it's 6 hours around a grueling 35-kilometre course that consists of hard rock, winching, water crossings, some high-speed desert, some big whoops, some big ski jumps. So nothing but endurance for that one. So it's 6 hours to complete as many laps as possible of the course.
I don't know what we're in for.
6 hours is a long time.
Yeah, don't really know what to expect.
It's going to be interesting to see how the buggy goes because they're so light. Anything could happen.
It's going to be interesting. We'll see how it goes.
You can pass through the finish line with 5 hours and 59 minutes. To get your next lap in so that it counts, it must be your team's fastest individual lap. So that adds a whole nother team aspect that hopefully you've got a team in the pits taking your lap times and they're holding you a sign card up that says you can do it. Go for it, give it absolutely everything. Now also, we are not offering a recovery service on that loop. We have a recovery team out there to respond to emergencies, but if there's a car stuck, it's up to your team to help that team get out of the way so you can keep moving on your own pace. So everyone's going to work together. With 40 plus cars on that track, there is going to be some hectic traffic and definitely will be some action out there.
I made the call to go, I know 100% I'm not going to make 6 hours drop in school. And all I'm going to do is trash the car. So we really needed a service crew to run the 2 kids. So we decided to pull out, become the mechanics for the team. And I haven't done much mechanic though. What's spilling out the bottom here, guys? Water. Okay. And get them through and let them wreck their cars. So there's another like 4 events tomorrow. My car's going to be perfect and the kids' cars will be stuffed. So hopefully we have a good run tomorrow. So the race today has been going pretty well. Eden's been killing it this morning.
Straight. Hard right.
Jacko had a drama, some sort of fuel line issue. Okay, he's got the team mechanic there, so I was pretty confident that they'd get it fixed. I didn't know how long it would take, but they got it fixed and they got going again. In the meantime, Eden's been just doing lap after lap, circulating cleanly. Yeah, been absolutely killing it until the last lap. Apparently, she ran into the back of another car to get him out of the way, and she's holding a radiator. So that's what we've heard. Hopefully it's not that bad, we can fix it.
We were flying and then this absolute wind get out of the way. And we gave him a tap, went straight under his tray, punched the radio. We were on him for 5Ks and just couldn't get the hell out of him. There should be a penalty.
Then we were everyone's bike squad, everyone going past, we were like, yeah! Woohoo!
Polaris all day, baby!
Except number 899.
Yeah, so we're on a car's bum for, I would say, like 5K. Like right up on him, like follow him through everything. Horn was on. We got to a really nice straight down the back, which is quite high speed.
Nice try, mate. You're not getting away from us.
We're on his ass, literally chasing him. I pulled into one mirror, pulled to the other mirror multiple times, and he would not move. So we tapped him a little bit. Like honestly, it was the gentlest tap, but he had a thing. Dad also told me we had a bull bar. We don't have a bull bar.
Oh, yeah.
Dad goes to me, he goes, oh, remember you got a bull bar. I put one on the front and on the back.
Look at this bull bar. That's not a bull bar.
It's not even a nudge bar.
So we took off, because he finally moved after that, because he swerved a little bit. He moved. We took off down into like a creek, and then it's like probably the roughest part of the track. Yeah. And then we stood over there for a little while, because we thought maybe if we could bend some of the radiator and stuff back, it would stop all the leaking.
I think you jabbed the radiator.
Oh, when we spot.
And we've punted the radiator in, lost all the fluid. Our CVs are a little worse for wear. This one's pretty flogged, to be honest.
Jacko and Dan actually came past once.
We punted the radiator.
And then we found some water, just restarted it, put more water in, and then got here within like 4 minutes to spare. So we're pretty relieved, but also like, yeah, very nervous on if we've done damage to the car, because yeah, as we said, we need it in 2 weeks, so we'll see.
We've had the fuel line come off the rail inside the quarry, so we've rerun it over the back, so it now runs between us onto the rail.
The push lock is blown off at the rail end, so we've rerouted the fuel line over the back of the car. We're just going to tape it all up and make it safe. We should be back in business. So seat back in. Yeah, we're kicking on. Hopefully we should still have heaps of fuel, because I think it's just the top tank draining.
And then we've also had the lower radiator hose come off, dump all its fluid.
So we have to bleed it next to a dam.
So we drove to a dam, so she's now running organically on dam water.
We've made a mischief again, lap 2.
Me didn't do up the clamp on the lower radiator tank, and then it fell off and we lost all our water. So we've driven next to a dam, and she runs organic, this car, so it just runs on normal water. So we filled it up with water, but yeah, this model you need to bleed the head, and we've made it work with the tools that we have to change out back. So we've got multi-grips, and we've just bled it, we've got water coming out of the head, so we're about to gear up and see what else we can fuck today. But so far it's going pretty wild.
One more thing we forgot about, our KINCROME screwdriver also acts as a bolt. I don't know if you can see it in there, it's pretty dark in there, but we've got a screwdriver through it with a set of brake clamps on the other side. We'll try and get back into it.
We're not giving up. We're still good, we're going to keep going. Lost the fuel pump.
Yep.
Well, that was short-lived.
That was the best 15Ks though.
Oh, nice.
We're flying. No pump.
Whoa, it's all here. It's like it's coming out on the fuel pump. Oh, it could be. Could have just snapped fitting off there.
Oh yeah, she's pissed now.
Yeah. Let's get the seat out, see if we can fucking fix it. We're now flexing the car up to drain all the fuel that's leaked all through the belly of it. We redid all the fuel system. We even put it in these little quarries to try and make sure we did not have any fuel issues. Really disappointed. It was a lot of effort. And somehow it's leaking fuel inside the quarry, so it's like the line's broken inside the thing that's protecting it.
Happy with that?
Yeah, you're right. Go.
know, Daniel, I don't know if we can MacGyver this one with water and bush mechanics.
We've had the brake caliper fall off and wreck all the threads and then go round and damage all the wheel, but the wheel's still holding air. But as we're looking at that, we're like, geez, that's on a big angle. You wander up to our faithful Lone Star arms and they've fully cracked through, and that's supposed to have a big bend on it, which explains why the angle is different from the ball joint. You can see the angle's like pretty straight up and down, and this side's like not. So yeah, that's gonna last one more bump, maybe. It's cracked. Right. Ow. Ooh, the shocks are hot, by the way. Yeah, it's cracked right through. Well, that's us done, so I think we got, how many laps did we get in?
3.
It's no joke out here.
Excited to see this thing. That is absolutely amazing.
Got it back. Yeah, so we pulled into the pits, and yeah, when I prepped the car, I wanted to have just a bunch of zip ties on the car somewhere, but we didn't have any left in the workshop. They're pretty hot property. And one of the boys from Manar Park actually gave us a set of his zip ties, and I said when we left, I said they're going to be the difference between us getting back or not, and I was spot on, because we ended up losing the brake caliper, got locked in the wheel and nearly put us in the trees, and once we got out off track, we fixed it all and realised that our upper control arm had snapped straight through, so the only solution was to grab a KINCROME shifter and put as many zip ties as you could fit, and yeah, just rebuild the arms. So even the wheels obviously got a caliper caught in them, locked the tyre. Yeah, anytime I've had that happen before, the wheel explodes, but the KMC's just laughed at it. Yeah, there's pretty much no damage on them, so yeah, we won't be changing the wheel. So that was part of the adventure. There was plenty going on today.
Oh yeah. I put a whole utility knife blade in my thumb. Oh, Daniel. That wasn't the first time we stopped.
I may have used the wrong tool for the job, and there's a big hole there anyway. Don't use these, kids, for cutting cable ties.
We've invited 10 of the top rock crawlers in the country. They're heading out 5 kilometres into the middle of the bush, where we have the ultimate rock amphitheatre. Those 10 cars are going to battle it out to see who's the rock crawling outlaw across 2 tracks. So these guys are going to be going absolutely hell for leather. Can't wait. Sunday is action-packed with 4 different stages. All terrain is just basing around suspension componentry. So it is a fast, 5 kilometre, short course style event. Big jumps, big whoops, and high speed.
So we just took that first stage today. A little short course, it was insane. Like, it was our bread and butter. Me and Mac laughed the whole time. We full pin the whole time. Like, it was so fun.
I come in, I was in the car, and I was like, what, pow!
What's up? This stage for the Polaris was elite. Like, this is exactly what we race normally. 5K loop, flat enough, but definitely off-road track. We had a ball.
Yeah, we nailed it.
Yeah, I actually think we did really well. We haven't seen times yet, but I reckon we smoked Jacko.
Absolutely hammered Jacko. He didn't have any breakages either, his car's perfect.
Nah, see you later, eat my dust.
Yeah, that race was... it was loose would be more the word. Loose. That's how it felt. The short course played to the strengths of UTVs, 100%. Maybe not quite to this one after the punishment we put it through in the 6-hour Enduro. It had the whoops in it, and then the track darted off left and it had this nice little loop on the hill with some sort of G-outs and blind crests and nice flowing corners. So just came out full tilt, hit the whoops full tilt, which the Kraken's just been eating up all weekend, which was awesome. It was all going really good. And we got to about, probably 900 metres before the finish of the track, and it was weird. It was in the middle of the track. I sort of like corrected the car left and right, and the power steering tripped, just mostly due because the parts on the front are worn out from the Enduro, I think. So yeah, it became a bit of a handful quite quickly. We ran it into a bank and kept it on track, and I sort of thought about it, like, should I stop and cycle the key and get the steering back, or should I just press on with no power steering, knowing there was only, it felt like about 900 metres left. So just hung on to it and pushed it through. And yeah, it would have been nice to have hit that finish jump flat out, but yeah, it would have been pretty ugly, I reckon, because it's all getting pretty loose, this car. But yeah, overall, it was a fun run. Dan sat out, so we had a nice lighter car, and yeah, we were full tilt until we sort of busted it. So yeah, I'm curious what time we did with the hiccup, because yeah, before we had that problem, it did feel fast.
The short course, it was really cool. It was technical, fast and technical. So the whoop section at the start, we just hit it wide open, and then that started the rest of the stage for us, because it just put us into this rhythm of just absolute maximum attack, and had an absolute ball. The old RZR held up strong, and yeah, we brought it back. It felt quick, so hopefully we went well. Yeah, if anyone beat me on that stage, I'm buying them a beer tonight.
Yeah, I reckon Dad got us. We've heard a few responses from the people that were out there, and apparently he took a few of those gullies
really
pinned.
Sounds like you didn't lift the whole track.
I didn't race yesterday, and it was just good to get the driver's suit back on and get angry and start driving again. I had the adrenaline pumping, and when I finished the stage, it was cool.
I wish we got to do more laps.
Yeah, because we would have got even quicker.
Yeah,
but
it was so good.
We laid down a real fast, super clean run.
She doesn't hesitate. I'm so proud of her. Both the kids are...
We go straight into the winch event. We start off with a small high-speed section. We drop down into a gully. We weave in and out of the gully, and we finish off with a 90-degree, 3-car length long vertical winch wall. So that will definitely test the car, the navvy, and the driver.
One of my favourite things about this whole event is that there's no actual outright winner. You go into each challenge and there's a winner at the end of each challenge. So if you come to one and there's a winch challenge and it's up a big rock wall and you're in a low platform vehicle, you can say no to it and you're not going to lose the next race. So it's kind of nice that everyone can kind of go home a winner.
Talking to the boys, they said the winch stage is super hard. So I don't think I'm going to attempt that one. We'll go and have a look and see, and we'll make a decision.
We'll give it a bit of an eye, watch some other cars do it, and then see.
We're just having a look. We sort of didn't really know what we were in for, and yeah, a few of the boys sort of worded us up pretty early that it wasn't a good idea that we stuck these cars in. A heap of the big cars didn't actually enter. So yeah, we're just here checking it all out. These guys are unreal. Like, it's just awesome to see the professionalism of the top teams out here, like, get an idea of what's involved.
I don't think it's built for us.
Nope. Oh no.
No.
Those guys are nuts. Even Jacko went down. He's like, my car's broken, I'll just do it. And even he was like,
We're into the rock event. So over the side, we've got our rock crawling style event. These Ultra 4 guys will show you how to rock crawl at a great pace. There's some big drop-offs in that, so it'll be very interesting, followed by a big rock climb out the other side.
The car's in pretty bad shape. I don't know if it's going to be a very good idea. The car needs a lot of love, and yeah, we haven't quite had time because someone decided to run into a winch truck and we spent all night fixing her car.
Unfortunately, this car's got a race in 2 weeks, so I was like, look, if we want to blow the CVs out of it, trash the bottom end, bend some arms, we can do it. But you'll be under the pump to get it ready to race.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see Dad go up the Bounty Hill and see how that goes.
I'm definitely going for the Bounty Hill.
We finished the weekend off on Sunday with a bounty hill. What a bounty hill is, it's a hill in the corner of a rock wall that has a filthy big run up into it, and the only thing that wins bounty is just hitting it. So that'll be a crowd pleaser.
The Bounty Hill was really tough actually because they didn't let us have a look before we got there. So we literally just lined up on the start line. There's a big jump and that's all we could see from where we were lined up. You actually had the big jump and then you had to go fairly hard right to go up the Bounty Hill. And the Bounty Hill's this vertical wall that just kept getting steeper and steeper and steeper. And then it had massive rock garden. So as you came into it, I was feeling quite, I wouldn't say nervous, I was probably a little bit anxious because I didn't want to do a big jump into the crowd because I wasn't sure where the crowd was. I calmed down and just thought, oh, well, do a little jump, spot the start of the Bounty Hill and then send it. We did exactly that, did a small jump, spotted the hill, and as I'm coming down, the other cars, because I know we went about mid-pack, and all the other cars have pulled these big rocks, massive rocks down, and there's all these rocks at the bottom of the Bounty Hill, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to smash the car into these rocks. And we're doing about 80k an hour, so I tried to pick a line through there, and then once I got over the rocks, just full throttle, we popped up really nice on top of the rock garden, and then I couldn't see a thing. All I could see was just sky and treetops, and so I couldn't plan my way through the rock garden. I was actually basically driving off field, and we're just getting bounced around. I stayed away from the trees, saw the end. I was so stoked we did it, and we actually did it pretty quick. I thought, oh, I better do some donuts. So I did some donuts at the top of the hill because I was very happy. Gave Trav a fist bump and yeah, no, I was stoked. It was a big relief once I got there. Cheering in my head, fist pumping on the way down the hill as you see the crowd and all you guys. Everyone's cheering and clapping. It was cool. It was a really good feeling.
That'll do. My heart was pumping just because we didn't see it before, and my heart was pumping. Yeah. And he's sitting there like, yeah, and I'm like, righto, let's do it.
No, it was quick though. Yeah, guys, you did it fast. Good. You'll be fine.
I'm fine. I was trying, yeah.
Alrighty, here we go. Welcome everyone to the presentation of Offroad Outlaws Enduro 2024.
Put your hand up. Oh, here we go, the hats are out. On me over wind creek.
This whole event was just such an awesome vibe. Every single person I've spoken to has been positive.
Simon Evans, KINCROME Racing. Simon Evans, KINCROME Racing.
My thought on the Offroad Outlaws is it's a really cool event. It's very different. It's something that suits our style, the side-by-sides or UTVs in Australia. It's a challenge. Like the look lap on the 6-hour Enduro was crazy. I've never driven anything like that in my life. And I've driven a lot of stuff. To come into here and then drive it and go, this is nuts. I'm never going to finish this race because it's so wild. And then watching the kids go through and doing the best they could. I'm so proud of them.
So we had a
Thanks for joining me.
We had a bloody great time.
We had a bloody good time. We had so much fun.
We just worked well in the car. Like it was just.
We were so calm.
I've never
time.
done this.
Yeah.
You've never wheeled.
and it all just worked.
We're trying to poach him for pink.
Eden is an absolute weapon of a driver. She got balls of steel. Didn't lose trust in her once.
Obviously, he's done the forward driving. That's what he's good at. Listening to every opinion he made, like I was like, yeah, absolutely, I'll trust you 100% because I've never done this before, so
Yeah, and it worked, yeah.
And if we weren't in our championship race car, we'd probably give everything a crack, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a really cool event. It's exciting. It's got so much different stuff, especially from a driver's point of view. Every challenge was met with adrenaline and happiness. It was so good. Extremely good fun. We had an absolute ball.
Moral is the Polaris handles it like no worries.
I think the Polaris impressed a lot of people this weekend.
It was awesome. It was just rock solid the whole time.
They're sort of the underdog, especially in the tough truck world. It's like, you're not a comp truck, you shouldn't be here. And I think everyone was really open to them.
The Polaris was magnificent. Every night, though, we had to get back on the KINCROME and repair the cars because we actually did a fair bit of damage racing hard during the day. That was to be expected, though. It was such a tough course.
Everyone here has been super positive, no drama.
I think the atmosphere as well, like this whole event has been run really well. They've done great. Manar Park's insane. Like,
And
hopefully they do it at the same place next year.
Yeah, massive thanks to Matt Gillette and Manor Park for putting the event on, really. You got all the elites just making cool stuff happen. It's wicked. Should be more of it.
We're all just out here having a good time.
Yeah.
I'd love to come back and have a crack at this. Now we know this is a really good teaser, and now we know what we need to be able to win. I think for sure we could build a car that's capable of winning this event.
Or your... Oh, thanks, beautiful.
That's the start of it.
That was beautiful. Come back.